Hello, this is Craig Resnick coming to you from the 2015 ARC Advisory Group Orlando Forum. With me today is my special guest, Fred Yentz, President and CEO of ILS Technology, a Telit Company. How you doing today, Fred?
I'm doing great, Craig.
You know, the primary topic of this forum is really industrial IoT, Internet of Things. You've been talking about IoT for probably the last 5 or so years. What are some of the things that you're starting to hear at this conference? I know you've been preaching a lot about this subject for many years. What are some of the things that are starting to come to fruition that you've been talking about?
Well, what's wonderful is I think we've moved, from evangelist to just mass implementer, because the community, the buyer community, the user community is now completely aware of some of the benefits IoT can bring them. It was great earlier on the panel this morning in the keynote, the comment was made, if you're a reasonably sized company and you're not addressing improvements you can make in IoT, you're late today. And that's a great message for a company like ours, because we have a way to get people caught up quickly.
Yeah, now let's talk a little bit about some of the solutions that you bring to the table. Some of the things certainly that ILS has had from coming up through DeviceWise, but also the fact that Telit brings a lot to the equation that adds to your solutions portfolio in IoT.
Absolutely. So, our portfolio product from an ILS point of view is our DeviceWise solution. DeviceWise is an industrial IoT platform. It allows our customers to create services, to optimize their operations through really connecting these digital assets or these digitally aware assets into the space, into the IoT space. That's connection, that's moving information around. Ultimately, we have to deliver value as well. So moving that into some of the large IT systems, the ERP systems, the analytics systems to create actionable information is really, really important. Doing that with a platform is, I think, very, very important, as opposed to companies trying to roll their own interconnection methods and device management methods and security methods around. A platform, which what we do, is a tool set that then people can apply to their business, so they can increment the platform on top to make it apply to what they want to create value around, or customer affinity programs or some type of improved quality services around with the platform. I liken it to sort of like the ERP market. 25 years ago, not to date the industry, but around 25 years ago, ERP was sort of a new thing. Everybody knew they needed it, but not all ERP implementations are created the same. As a matter of fact, probably no two ERP implementations are created the same. Beverage isn't like automotive. Beverage to beverage company isn't even the same. So when we look at IoT, it's a platform that needs to be customized to your business. Don't waste time creating a platform or the interconnection methods. Use the tools. We think DeviceWise is a great choice. And then apply all you know about your business and make it better through this digitally connected new economy we call the industrial Internet of Things. Now, if you're building products, if you're building assets, if you're creating unique things in the market that you want to make them IoT enabled, that's where Telit comes in. Telit is the world's leading manufacturer of industrial Internet of Things modules. Think of it as the cellular radio for things. So if you talk, text, or type on it, right, that's not what we do. We do the 50 billion other things. So whether it's connected cars, connected assets, connected machines, that's where Telit comes in. So getting to market quick with product that can be connected, Telit. Getting that connection usable and actionable and meaningful to provide value, that's where the DeviceWise platform comes in.
So really, you see a lot of that as your competitive differentiators. I'm assuming that just the fact that having Telit is from an ownership perspective and some of the solutions that you provide, so you can talk about this as competitive differentiations versus other opportunities and other methods to connect to the industrial internet.
Exactly. I mean, when we look through the optics of Telit to our customers, Telit offers what we call one-stop, one-shop. So we can help you instrument your assets. We have data plan and carrier wholesale agreements to resell to our customers the service, right, the connectivity service. And then we have the DeviceWise platform on top of that to actually manage the information flow, collect, manage and distribute that information to usable places and venues. So that's really what we do. Now, you can pick any one of the three offerings from Telit, right? You can just be a DeviceWise customer. You can just be a module customer. You don't need to be a Telit module customer to use DeviceWise, right? We have wired installations. We have Wi-Fi and other types of modes of communications to connect assets that use DeviceWise every day. So it's a very powerful story for people who want to get there quick, maybe have watched IoT but haven't jumped into how do I implement and deploy IoT in my business. So we're a great solution for people to get there quick, and we extremely neutral, right? We're not, owned by an industrial controls company. We're not owned by a carrier. We're not owned by an IT applications company. So we're truly a very strong industrial grade middleware, which we call an IoT platform, to help people solve this problem today.
Yeah, what do you see as some of the most common delivered applications? Obviously there's an infinite amount of potential applications for industrial IoT, but the ones that you're actually shipping today, what are some of those type of applications?
Okay, so again, we ship the platform, people subscribe to it. You can subscribe to it for free, right? We really encourage the development community to find really cool ways to apply the IoT platform to their business problems. So I'll talk about how it's been applied, now what we've shipped. We ship a very standard service, condition-based monitoring, predictive maintenance, right? Those are two services where people who make machines and tools and put them into factories or into, outside plant kind of installations, field installations, water utilities, et cetera, they can deliver a higher value service to their customers by managing and monitoring that asset at all times. Sometimes it's for a fee, so it's a revenue stream. Sometimes it's just as a incremental service to build customer loyalty and value. So that's one. Another is we see asset management converged with transportation and telematics. If you're shipping things to the world, you probably have trucks and fleets managing the repair of those fleets. So making sure that you know where the problems are, where the driver is, how do you make sure that the right part is in the van and get it there before the problem happens, before the machine breaks, is important. So having a platform that's very good at industrial, but can go across other vertical solutions is also key, because you ultimately want to bring all of this information into one sort of common data model where you can do some very cool business optimization actions too.
Okay, and for our last question, what would you say a year from now when we come to this conference, and obviously IoT's had another year under its belt, what do you think the key messages are going to be next year that as things continue to evolve?
I think this is a 5-year run, right? You think about how long it's going to take some companies to move from starting to having some really neat stuff happening in their company to change. You can start now. You need to start now and start managing and making these improvements. So I think you're going to hear about success stories. I think you're going to hear about how people started with one idea and they started collecting information, doing some analytics, understanding how to make better actions and decisions. And then they realized, hey, I can get 16 more pieces of data or 100 more pieces of data. Or I can look at data from outside of my operation that's coming in from the environment. Right, so the amount of data to make better decisions and how an idea is going to morph into, what I'll say really outside of the box thinking is probably what we're going to hear over the next couple of years at ARC as we think about what has IoT done for me.
Boy, I can't wait for the conference next year now to hear
I can't either.
as we wait for the journey to continue to evolve. Thanks very much, Fred. I was just had a great discussion with Fred Yentz, President and CEO of ILS Technology, a Telit Company. This is Craig Resnick from the 2015 ARC Advisory Group Orlando Forum. Thanks. Have a great day.